so easy to watch, right? 4 moves to checkmate. Moderna is the vaccine the feds made the CAF, the Canadian Air Force, take under threat of being labeled undeployable. If they didn't take it, their careers would be stalled. Okay, the Ontario government is now recommending the use of Pfizer over Moderna for 18 to 24-year-old males. You know, the military, how many 18 to 24-year-old males are in the military taking Moderna? Because if they didn't, they would have a potential to lose their job. How many people were injured by this move? Very interesting. Anyway, the Ontario government is now recommending the use of Pfizer over Moderna for 18 to 24-year-old males due to findings that Moderna has a 1 in 5,000 risk of myocarditis for the category. Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange that you'd think that, like, if it was injuring people, they'd stop it, but now they're just like, oh no, we just won't give that to young people. Like, what if it's just seen in young people? What if the heart damage is there? Is there a mild case of myocarditis? Have you ever heard somebody say, oh, it was just a little heart attack? I mean, I guess I have. People have lived through heart attacks, right? Myocarditis is not a heart attack. It's treatable, but is it something that is recoverable? Do you get back what you lost? Right? Like sometimes after a heart attack, they say you got to take it easy for 6 weeks, and you're never going to, go on a roller coaster again because, if pregnant women and people who've had heart attacks don't go on this Top Gun or whatever, right? Is that like that or no? Is it not permanent? Because if it's causing permanent damage in a certain subset of people, how is the risk benefit better? I have a 0.003% chance of not surviving this. And I have a higher percent chance of getting, well, I don't know if I have a higher percent chance of myocarditis. I don't think the data they're giving us would allow me to accurately figure out my chances. So anyway, here's the CTV Toronto news article about the government now recommending that people between ages of 18 to 24 receive the Pfizer COVID-19. So I said, didn't it used to be get the first shot offered to you, right? Team AstraZeneca, right? Like, what's his name? Colin DeMello. He had his his sleeve rolled up for AstraZeneca. All of the mayors, right? Like Cam Guthrie and the councillors in Guelph, they were all getting AstraZeneca. And I was like, when it came out that it caused blood clots, I heard people were still going out to get it and then saying, well, I've got, 15 days left and I'm monitoring for blood clot symptoms. And I'm like, I'm not even monitoring for COVID symptoms. Like, what? You're monitoring for blood clot symptom? What is this? Is supposed to help you. So I think that it's interesting. And like, here's a little, somebody put this together and I saved this, and on my website, for whatever reason, I saved it twice because I thought it was so important. And I thought maybe it got lost. And thankfully, I just opened up a chat that not that I wasn't going to open, but I thought maybe it's in here because I couldn't find it for the life of me. But through this wild ride that's been COVID, we've had a whole bunch of people weigh in on the Pfizer and Moderna interchangeable idea. These are supposed to be intelligent people, right? Like Isaac Bogach is one of the TV doctors, right? He's a doctor that people should listen to, blue checkmarked and all that. He says, with an abundance of caution, the Ontario government is recommending people 18 to 24 be immunized with the Pfizer vaccine instead of the one made by Moderna due to the concerns of higher risk of myocarditis or pericarditis. And then so he's reporting the news. And here's David Fissman, and he says, apparently this needs to be said. Pfizer and Moderna are interchangeable, with a terrible ANSI drawing. Goodness gracious me. Anyway, here's Alex Wong, who's a doctor. He says, if it's good enough for him, well, Justin Trudeau has 2 doses of mRNA recommended, preferred in all situations, regardless of your first dose. Pfizer and Moderna remain equivalent and interchangeable. Sure. Like these are people pushing something that is now false. Right? It's the same thing as the AstraZeneca thing. It's safe, except for, that blood clot thing. Right? But we're just going to send it to third world countries. So cool? No, it's not cool. No. How do you say no to that? How do you say, dear government, please stop taking our tax dollars and sending damaging things to other countries? Thanks. Right? How do you do that? Anyway, both Pfizer and Moderna are interchangeable, says Dr. Dina Hinshaw, and it's safe to mix doses. We continue to strongly encourage everyone to book the first appointment they can get. Vaccines are readily available at pharmacies and AHS waiting for you. Yeah, except that out of all of the vaccines, only Pfizer hasn't had something that has been like drastically tied to it, that like the myocarditis, I guess, is tied to Moderna, although I'm pretty sure it happens in people who've had Pfizer as well. The blood clots are an AstraZeneca thing. I think they all have been rumored to cross the brain-blood barrier and been rumored to be transmitted through breast milk and through umbilical cord to a baby. How do people know? If you are a professional and you tell people this AstraZeneca shot, totally safe, it's 100% safe, and then a whole bunch of people get blood clots and you're like, see this Moderna shot? Totally safe. It's totally safe. Forget about the AstraZeneca shot. We're not going to talk about that anymore. It was not safe. And whoops. But here's this Moderna shot. And then myocarditis. And they go, and they get away with it too. And then they say, here's this Pfizer shot. Time to take your Pfizer shot. It's totally safe. What's wrong with you, you crazy person? What's wrong with you? Why don't you trust us? Why don't you trust us? And then you say, what about didn't AstraZeneca cause blood clots? And they say, oh, well. These things happen when we're moving so fast. And then you say, yeah, but didn't Moderna cause all of these these heart issues? And then they start trying to gaslight you. It's wild. It's not just happening here too. Here's I think this is, no, here. I'm going to show this and then we're going to go through breakthrough cases because I think it's important. But it's not just happening here. It's happening in the UK. Exactly the same thing. Listen to this woman. Here we go.
This all comes on the back of months and months of government lies. Absolutely no other way to state it. We had months of the government saying there were no plans for COVID passports. It was a conspiracy theory. There were no plans. It wasn't going to happen. Don't even think about it. What rubbish. Look where we are now. They're about to be, there's not even a vote, they're about to be imposed in Scotland and Wales. You can guarantee once Tory party conference is over and Boris Johnson has shirked the row within his own party, he's going to do the same here in England. So there are good reasons for people to be suspicious. Not only has the government lied about the fact that there are plans to do this, they're lying about the evidence base, because there isn't one. There isn't one. So
yeah. Holy smoke. Yeah.